everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to continue on with Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. And when we last left off, we had just done the, investigation, I guess, and now we're going to do the Day 3 trial former. And like the last trial day, I'm guessing since it says trial former, there's going to be a two-part trial day. So this episode will probably be trial former, next episode will probably be trial latter, or trial after, whatever it was. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. We got to try out some different things last time, like fingerprints. We got to figure out some fingerprints. We got to put together a vase that was broken. We've got to spray around some liquid that makes us see blood, like blood stains and stuff. So we got to do a lot of cool things last time. So, February 24th, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. That is true. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. What is that supposed to mean? I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how did it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspected. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I stuck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department evidence room, yes. They belong to the officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, yes. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to have to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt, isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Do what you have to do. Okay. Okay, 10 a.m. Time for court. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is... Prosecution is stumped. Humph, I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. That's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. This is one messed up trial. You're exactly right. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present the evidence related to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Mr. Edgeworth sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what he's going on himself. Yes. That's supposed to be an admirable trait, I guess. Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department, Meekins! Officer Meekins. Oh boy. Things are getting wild. Yeah. There's Meekins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Meekins, don't do it. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You got to believe me again. Sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins! Yes, sir! Give us a report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. After all, I'm part of the generation that must be told what to do, sir. Oh, jeez. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Exactly. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. Oh, Meekins. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto the others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more information to work with. Yes, we must press. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to the guard evidence room that day. Okay, why were you? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which means many officers were given special tasks. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by Chief of Detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. I seem to see a piece of it is broken. One of its horns. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. Yes, Judge. After all, the award ceremony finished that day, and there were so many people running around. But I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. So that's why you went to the evidence room. Okay. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Suspicious man in security room, yes. You needed an ID card, am I correct? Yes. I have right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. I see, huh. But the number, yes. It's shown being used twice. That's true. So Edgeworth went in, then Meekins, then Bruce Goodman, then Meekins again. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. First time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. The second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down. So it was during the second time then. Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked, okay. So you're attacked? Can you please tell us exactly what happened? It was a knife, sir, a knife. So Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. Ugh. Meekins. That's when I got this gash on my hand. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. You stabbed him? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films. Oh, Meekins. The man let his guard down just an instant, so I snatched a knife from him. Okay. You took his knife. I spun around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Like a man, yes. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood. And then the next thing I knew, he punched me right in the face, sir. Okay, and then you passed out. What time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Right. According to the report, the officer woke up witness at 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered. Not nice that you got hit or anything. Yeah, yeah. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Yes, sir, the Blue Badger. I returned him to the entrance. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? That's a good question. He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. What? Chief Gaunt delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief? What is that, a videotape? Yes, sir, it's absolutely a right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security room. Oh! From the evidence. But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Okay, sorry, Meekins. Well, then let's have a look. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. Oh, video of a real murder. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there's the Blue Badger. He seemed to have forgot to turn off the batteries in it. Okay, so there's Goodman walking by. Oh, it's covering his face. Are you serious? You stupid Blue Badger. Okay, there's Meekins. We're going to see him do his octopus swirl disarming thing. Oh, it covered his face again. Oh my gosh. I hate this Blue Badger. Okay, Meekins is knocked out. Goodman is gone. Wait. How the heck did Goodman get by? We didn't see him go past the Badger. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirring within us? What the hell was that wiggling piece of plywood? That's the Blue Badger, sir? That's the pride and the joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger. Why am I not surprised? Okay. Yes, well, anyways. This tape seemed to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. The mystery man, okay. His face can't clearly be seen on the video, but there is no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman fingerprints to do. The locker was opened in unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must have been him. No one else could have unlocked it. Wait. What about the fingerprint? Each detective is given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker is only opened by the detective it belongs to. The victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Okay, cross-examination. Okay, mystery man. You're correct, it can't be seen on the video. Tell me where you were able to get a good look at him. At the face of the man with the knife. Yes, sir, if you must see label seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter, so not seen. More to the point, you're the person who fought him, aren't you? Yes, sir. I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. I understand that. I understand that. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. But there's no question the person was Detective Goodman. But you don't know. You never actually saw his face. Well, I suppose you might say that. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Mickens! Must have shown a questionable video at best. We are not in the best mood. Now please, be more certain. Yes, sir. You claim the man brandished a knife. Was Bruce Goodman, yes. He opened the lock. Yes, he opened the locker. About these lockers, or is there any other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints. He must be the person that assigned the locker. Exactly my point, sir. Okay. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. You've heard rumors. That's not people in the know. The workers of the department cafeteria, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Oh, poor Meekins. The open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So it must be him, okay? However, the most important detail is not shown, the man's face. I may say something, sir? Okay, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important to the case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. There's a problem. Strange. Contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Yes. This video contains such a contradiction. Interesting, Your Honor. I have a proposal. I propose we have the defense point out this alleged contradiction. Okay, we can try. Please show us this contradiction you speak of. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. Oh, we can fast forward and rewind and pause. Take a good look. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. Oh, Meekins. Now, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction? Okay, so if you look here. Yeah, if you look right there, the light's already on, meaning it's already open. Officer Meekins, yes, sir. Do you mean me, sir? As I understand, it's a locker's apparatus worked like this. Yes, Gumshoe told us. When you grab the handle, a sensor picks up your fingerprint to match. Light turns on, and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand, sir. If so, then something's seriously wrong with this picture. Yes, because before Goodman even gets there, the light's already on. It's already unlocked. Can I fast forward right now? No. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little. And yes, the light is still on. Here, notice the light? It's already lit. Exactly, Judge, exactly. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Meekins is going to go crazy. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. Locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. Lockers are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the door is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert of this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would have detected it and reported a malfunction. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Why wasn't the locker locked? Maybe something was jammed in the system's sensors. Okay, let's look back at it. I think anything, it's that glove, okay? The glove that fell out. Now is the time to show it. Oop. Let's go back a little bit. There it is. Please watch closely. This is continuation from the part I showed you earlier. Oh gosh, we have to watch this again. It's so slow. Yeah, right whenever he opens it up, the glove falls out, so it must have been blocking the sensor. Something white fell out? Yes. But sir, it's been my experience that things falling out when doors are opened often fall out and roll. Can't be sure the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. Sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Like a glove, a white glove. I was starting to think that maybe the white glove had Goodman's fingerprint on it. That's how he opened it. But maybe it just was jammed. The white thing inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 or 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical current. It would need to be an insulator. Ah, by any crime scene. There just might have been something that fits the description. Okay, let's show them the glove. Defense, please present relevant evidence. There's the glove. Extremely thin rubber glove. That would block electrical signal. And it's thin. Yeah. So let's present it. Found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. It was tagged that says SL9. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened the locker. Is this so, Mr. Meekins, officer? It would appear so, sir. There's no way Meekins could have killed anyone. Order, order. So, are we to believe, then, that the victim, whom this witness stabbed, is not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. Defense has merely demonstrated that possibility of nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Oh, of course. Okay, what is it? Mystery Man number 2. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, you must have an ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used this card. You mean this card that I have right here? Yes, I had the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Bruce Goodman's card was definitely used at 5:14. Just before the crime. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why are there so few people using the room? That's a good question. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Okay, cross-examination. Let's go. What do you got, Meekins? Unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this is rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone. I'll give you the V for victory sign, sir. Let's hear him out fully. Okay. Must have an ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right here next to my cuff. I keep it here so I don't forget it. What if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Yes, that's correct. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in the car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck instead of the door. Any rate, each police officer only has 1 ID card. Both the police department and prosecutor's office can attest to this. Yes, that's a record of it. We see an ID. Let me see. Yes, that would be Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here too. So it is, Your Honor. Yes, you're correct. Not that prosecutor again. Maybe he's behind all of this. Don't stare at him, no. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let's continue with the cross-examination. Okay. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. The only thing that's odd, maybe if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be a reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked? Panicked and just stabbed a police officer or stabbed at one? What do you think, Mr. Wright? I'm confused. Problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show him what we got. Okay. We can try. Okay, so ID card. Let's show the ID card. So, tab. This. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. Very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something had to be his ID card. Can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Very good, Mr. Wright. Very good. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather a man who stole his ID card. I agree, I agree. Order! Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man who in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim's lost ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. The victim in this videotape is a fake. Then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. The security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is, well, I guess that's right, yes. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content with the pointing your finger around. Oh gosh. Well. Seems you finally realized exactly you've gone such lengths to prove. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim is fake, yes, means the murder did not take place at the police department. So, the real crime could only take place at the location of the underground parking lot. The murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he kind of turned that around on us. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana will be found guilty. We've got to object, right? Yeah, let's object. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you objected to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Okay. Yeah, there's Meekins, and Goodman's not there. Or whoever was pretending to be Goodman. However, it cannot say that it's unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. The fingerprints, yes. Specifically, large amounts of blood trace were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further explanation to the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses. This might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Whom do you have in mind? Someone who has reason to believe knows the truth. Truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Okay, what's the name of the person before deciding whether or not to comply? Mr. Wright, this person whom you would testify, what is his or her name? The Texas Ranger himself, Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel he should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he is responsible for the guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works at the police department. He shouldn't take no longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well, court will take a 30-minute recess. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during the trial? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Okay. What do you have to say, Lana? There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. You always know everything. You don't just tell us. Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Come on. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Gumshoe. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all around while on duty. And on top of it all, call me here. Sorry, detective. You better... Hey. What's all the haze? I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You mean this, right? My apology, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I borrow to bring me the SL9 incident files? I need them by noon. Talk about crazy. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. This guy was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murderers. Oh, wait. Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Why is your name in here? My name in there? I don't know why, unless... Is that? That's the classification number the police filed a report under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark. No, no, Lana. It's over with. No. What is that about? Emma, wait. She ran away. I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Gumshoe, don't run. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, and Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Do I have time to read these, please? Oh, okay. I guess that's going to be the end of this day. So, there's been new developments with the SL9 case. And we got all the pages from it, and we know that Emma was a part of it also, and we know the name Joe Dark. Yeah. So, next time when we come back, like I initially thought, trial ladder. So we'll do the last half of the trial next time, and we'll see what happens. So anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. So, bye-bye.